Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Godzilla Rant video. Thought I would make a fun one here while I'm in Las Vegas. It's somewhat of a rant, but at the same time it's somewhat of a fun observation. Only because each time I'm in Vegas, I'm always reminded of these type of people that I run into anytime I'm walking around from point A to point B. And in general, this could actually apply to any other circumstance. Say you're walking around in New York, or say you're walking around in any other major metropolitan city from one place to another, you will run into these people. So I decided to make a list in terms of the annoying people that you run into anytime you walk from one place to another. No particular order, no particular importance. I'm just ranking them basically as is, and I'm gonna list six of them. In fact, six people that you always run into in Las Vegas. So let's go ahead, let's talk about the first one, probably the most predominant one. These are the people that are too fast, the people that basically are almost at a running sprint anytime they're going from anywhere to another location. No matter how fast you're going, there will always be someone faster than you. You could do a quick walk and they'll do a sprint. You could do a sprint and then they'll run. You could run and then you'll have somebody always basically like trying to match a level of a car in terms of getting behind you and then wanting to pass you whenever you're walking down any pathway. It's amazing. I imagine that if you're running at the speed of, let's say, a bullet train, they'll be running at a speed of light too. So that's at least one person that you always run into. And then the second one is the complete opposite. People that are always, always, always too slow whenever they're walking in the pathways. They walk at their own speed, and in this case it's the speed of a turtle. Completely just bottlenecks everything. Everybody gets behind them. They can never stop to, I guess, allow people to pass, especially on narrow passageways. It's their speed. You have to get used to it. So either A, basically go onto the street to pass them, or B, wait for another opportunity thereafter. But yes, that is another group of people that you'll always run into when it comes to that. And then here's another one here. These are interesting, folks. I see these every now and then, but it seems like it's becoming more prominent. People that basically zigzag in between passageways. Like they'll be on the right hand side, so you're trying to pass them on the left, and then they'll start turning left. And then you start going towards the right, and then they'll start going right. No apparent rhyme or reason to it. They just seem to like to go on a zigzag direction. You would think that whenever you're walking down a pathway, it's pretty much the straightest line possible, right? Point A, point B. But no, in this case, these people, they love zigzagging. I have no idea to their rhyme or reason, but yes, they are there. And then another one, possibly my favorite of the group, and I say that sarcastically, is what I quote the posse. These are the people that line up, usually in a formation, 3 to 5 people wide. They're always in a group. Usually it's a bunch of dudes, and they'll basically take up the entire passageway, even the opposite passageway, like where the people are coming in the opposite direction. They'll take up that location. It doesn't matter. It's their posse. They'll stand in formation, usually, like I said, 3 to 5 people, but you never rule out if they wanted to take up the entire street, probably they could do so as well. And then you'll basically have to get around them or go straight through them. These days I just end up going straight through them, because in some cases it's about making, reminding people, saying, hey, this is not your passageway, this is not your street, there are other people here, and I'm not going to go onto the oncoming traffic just to get around you. But interestingly enough, they are always around too, especially at night here in Las Vegas. You'll always find the posse, in this case, a bunch of douche bros that always have the tighter than tight affliction shirts with the permanent beard and the sunglasses at night with the David Beckham hairstyle. They're the ones that are always there, essentially taking up the entire passageway. Ladies do it too sometimes. I noticed that too. But in their case, it's like they're usually somewhat considerate, like they'll move around, but it's the guys that are the most annoying things. Then another group that you always run into here, and this also ties into in some ways, the people that are too slow. These are the people that stop at the worst times possible. It's like they purposely plan on picking the worst bottleneck location. Like, say there's a passageway that for whatever reason there's construction, always construction here in Las Vegas, by the way. And so some of the passengers that say this, they get closed or they get really narrowed down. Well, at the worst possible entrance, like in this case, the tightest spot, These are the ones that are people that'll stop. Usually it's a family, like they'll stop to take a selfie. The entire road is open to take a selfie, but they decide to do so right at that bottleneck point. And I've seen people actually push them back. Sometimes it's funny because people realize the ridiculousness of the situation. It's like, really? Are you stopping at this time to try to take a picture, or to stop and then just ask questions, whatever is the case? Like, there was so much more opportunity before that bottleneck, and then they chose this one to do so. It's just insanity. They love stopping at the worst times possible, which ties into the last one, number 6, and it has to do with a strange thing that I see. Sometimes you'll just see people just stop, like not necessarily like at a bottleneck area. It could be an empty area, whatever is the case, but they'll just stop and then they'll just ponder. And it makes me wonder, like, are they reconsidering their life at that point? Are they like basically at a crossroads? Are they imagining like another universe? Whatever is the case, because you don't stop in the middle of a passageway in Las Vegas. There's no reason on that one, because there's nothing to take a picture of. There's no like a touristy spot that's right there. No, it's just an ordinary passageway, and then they just stop right in the middle. It's crazy. And so I love it when I run into those, because it makes me wonder, wow, they basically came to a vantage point in their life, and now they're reconsidering their entire existence, and they're deciding to go forward into a different path. Something like that. I just make up something so crazy on the spot, because that must be the only logical reason for them to do so right then and there. They're not even checking their phone. Sometimes people, I wonder, okay, maybe they're lost and then they're trying to find directions. No, they just stop and then they just think, and then it's a crazy. If once you start seeing this last one, then you can't unsee it afterward. You'll start seeing exactly what I mean later on there. But that's it. That's my Godzilla rant when it comes to the people you'll always run into walking down passageways. Let me know what your experiences are. Have you experienced this as well? Anybody guilty of any of those 6 by any chance? Let me know. Post those comments. So, all right, everybody. Thanks again as always. Take care. Bye.